Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing an Ascension Energy update for the month of October. So I'm going to go ahead and relax here and get connected with my spirit guides, and we're going to see what the wisdom is for this month. Okay. So I'm getting connected with my heart here. So the energy right now is very quiet, and there's little drips, and the drips are, the water is literally like a black liquid. Is it water? Is it black liquid? It's drips. And then around it is a golden light. And so there's these drips that are coming down, and they look like this. And they don't make a splash, but I can get a sense of their sound, but it's very quiet. Then I put my hand out to touch one of these drips for it to fall into my hand, and it just falls through my hand. And there's something interesting about the glow that is around the black drips. It's like an eclipse, like the sun, just the rim of the sun showing just outside the rim of the moon. It reminds me of this. It's like the sun right now is hidden behind the drip. And everything is dark around me. And the silence grows, if that is even possible. It is getting even more silent. And the silence brings the energy down, and it becomes more hushed. And it's interesting because it's not a sadness. It's more like we are on the brink of something immaculate, something beautiful. And so there's a bit of a hush in relationship to this, so that when the moment happens, we will experience the whole thing, this whole extraordinary phenomenon. So the energies continue to go down, and it gets more silent, and the hush is more noticeable, and the preparation for a glorious something something glorious is about to happen here. We're in anticipation of this. This isn't a dream either. This isn't, I hope that something good is around the corner. This is actually truly something good is about to present itself. And we can feel it somehow. I mean, we can feel it. We can tell that this is about to happen. There's just such a silence and such a hush, and it feels like a long intermission here before the exciting moment. And I don't even feel that when the moment happens, we want to get all too excited about it, because then we'll make too much noise. We want to be able to hear and feel and be present in every part of this without overwhelming the ultimate gift that it is. There is a bit of hardship involved with the intermission, the time before the big unveiling. And it feels like an odd transformation of inner guts, like somebody's taking their hands and rearranging your inner guts. This moving this here, moving that there, stretching this out, and it feels like movement of inner guts. That's the only way I could describe it. It's like we're being rebuilt on the inside. And it's all an organic process. And it's all a natural process. And I take this experience of being rebuilt on the inside, and I'm just relaxing this down because this is challenging and there's need for help in order to cope with the process, because it's uncomfortable. It is felt. It is bringing to the surface feelings, identity shifts, reality shifts, but we're feeling it on the inside. We're feeling it in our bodies, our physical tissues. But we're also experiencing it filtering through our thoughts and our feelings. But there's also a feeling in the air as well. Okay, so I see an image of this one who is having their guts rebuilt, and they're shivering in the corner, and it's dark, and they plead with me, please, please, I don't want this to hurt. Please don't make this hurt. And I touch the mind of this one because the mind is incorrect. The mind thought this would hurt, but it isn't going to hurt. It's going to feel so much better. It is a sense of fear, of the unknown, and the potential for it to be difficult, and the suffering that comes from difficult experiences. So again, I relax the mind here and create an inner glow. And I tell ego that it's going to be okay. I show ego all the other times when it felt appropriate to feel concern before a big event. Then the big event happens, and then the aftermath, and you look back and say, wow, that was a piece of cake. Why did I get so wound up in a bunch? It's going to be okay. Ego, you got to remember, there's other energy bodies here. There's other energy minds. And you don't have to do all the work yourself. We can let the heart help here. We can let the throat. We can let the stomach. We can let the sexual body. We can let the root, the crown. We can let all these other energy bodies help too. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to do this all by yourself. Ego is crying. Ego is feeling broken down inside. And it's just screaming in a way. When will the pain go away? When will the pain stop? When will the agony stop? When will it ever stop? So I touch ego and I say, ego, I want you to define exactly what you mean. What pain are you talking about? Because if you're talking about just simply the pain of living, that's not enough for me. I need you to define what pain are you referencing here? What memory? You don't get to take one memory and then blow it up to an entire lifetime. We're looking at one memory, two memories. We're looking at a life lesson here. But it's not all of life. It's just a tiny moment. We need to work through and heal that moment so now everything can relax and we are ready. Ego is speaking here. And I'm shown what would be defined as a memory. And there's a child, and the child is in purple. And the child stands in a room that is made out of red and black. There's a table here, and there's a very tall, elongated man. And the child is looking at the man, looking at the man again, looking at the man, looking at the man, waiting for this man to share direction or share an interaction of some kind. And the child pleads within its own heart that this man will know within its heart what it desires. That this man would just intuitively know. Thing is, the man doesn't intuitively know. A lot of us don't intuitively know what is going on inside of each other. We need to speak up. We need to say it. I tell the child, if you could find a voice to express what you desire, what would that voice say? The child says, through a picture. And it shows me this purple child has a picture of a beautiful glistening diamond. And within this diamond is the framework, the meaning of the very soul of this purple child. And if you could look into this diamond, you will see everything. You will see my universe. You will see all the interdimensional connections. You will see the very DNA of my soul. But nothing still is said here. Simply an image is provided, and that image should be enough. But the man doesn't even see the image because it's just a fantasy. It's just an idea. If I could say something, then I would say it like this. And I would just hand this image, and then this image would be magically understood. Again, the human world does not magically understand. We come from lifetimes where we do magically understand each other without having to communicate verbally. But here we have to learn how to speak, and we have to learn how to be connected with our deep inner emotions. We have to be connected with how we deeply feel about things. We have to try to know ourselves. When I say life hurts, what is it about life that hurts? What am I feeling right now? Where is that feeling located in my body? What does that feeling look like? Why would it look like that? But you have to give a real answer to these types of questions. You have to try to answer them verbally. That's the challenge. And that's a really good challenge. It's a joyful challenge. I tell the purple child, we're going to try this again. I take this picture and I create a fire here. I mean, like, there's literally a fire here. And I'm just dropping it in the fire and the picture goes poof. And I say, let's try this again. You don't get to do it that way. You have to actually say. What is it that you're wanting to say? What is it that you want this tall blue man to know? And the little purple child says, I want him to know about me. I say, good. See, you're using your voice now. You are articulating what it is. I know it's a simple sentence, but that simple sentence is the beginning of your immaculate soul DNA. So I want you to tell the tall blue man, I want you to tell him, I want you to know about me. I want you to know more about who I am. The tall purple man hears this voice and then bends down to get eye to eye, to get level with the child. And the tall man smiles and then hugs the child. And the child smiles, and nothing more needs to be said. This exchange of love is all that needs to be said. And I feel the light within this blue man is glowing bright, and it's pure love. And this purple child's heart too is glowing bright, and it's pure love, and there's an understanding here. That what the child truly wanted was simply a hug. to be understood, then in being understood, to know that the child wanted to be loved and to express that love, to be hugged. This hug is still taking place, and it is warm and kind. And it is a long time. And it stays in this state of perfect union and bliss and balance. And it just stays that way. And it's extended for a long time. Like a snapshot of this perfect moment just remains for all eternity. And it is beautiful. It's a beautiful memory to have. And now I take this photograph, and within this photograph, all of the meaning. And then I share it with ego. And I say, I know that this is going to help you, ego, feel better. Because you too struggle to know what it is that you are trying to say. To articulate it down to the very specifics. There's a very beautiful, calming moment here, and it's just peaceful. It's just peaceful, and whether it is dark or it is light, the sun is hidden or it is exposed, life is beautiful, and it feels warm, and it feels honest, and it feels true. And those feelings can sit at the surface of one's being, or those feelings can go as deep as they desire to go. It is very soon becoming time. I mean, I feel the revolution of time, the movement of time, and it's just circulating here. It's not so quiet. And that preparation for this big event, this big introduction to something magical. We're not waiting, we're not holding our breath for it. We are just living through the moment, day after day after day. And we are a part of that. And I start to see many people, and they all look like different colors of energy, and they're full of diamonds. And my spirit guides say that every person on the planet looks like this. Everybody is full of diamonds and color. This is an important idea because the message comes back to communication. What do we truly know about each other? We can make assumptions, we can come up with ideas, but that doesn't always give credit to what truly exists within each and every person. And how good are you at speaking your feelings? How good are you at articulating your needs? How good are you at knowing your true self? And how good is anybody else at this? The better we get at this, the more we will see the rainbow and the diamonds within each other. Okay, that's the message. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey. It's really beautiful. If any of you are interested in working with me one-on-one for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, everybody. Thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your October.